How's it going, guys? I am Kyle, and if you haven't met me, well, again, now you have, right? So today we're going to be talking about the mock session. Now, this is the final wall that you have to break through to get to your live sessions, right? Now, yeah, this is probably one of the weirdest things you're ever going to do. However, it's amazing and a lot of fun. Now, why is it so weird and strange and all that? Well, the main reason is chances are the person on the other side of that phone, or the other side of that camera, I should say, is going to end up either being a well-known colleague or your boss. And normally, yeah, it's not too much of a bad thing, right? Except for the fact that he or she is probably going to be acting like a 9-year-old, 5-year-old, possibly maybe a 4-year-old, and they're going to have absolutely no English language skills whatsoever. So the first couple of seconds, minutes, as you get into it, it does feel a little bit strange, right? You will get used to it, don't stress. Then the other thing that I want to mention is how the interview kind of goes. And I'm going to be using a bank interview as an example, right? So let's take Absa Bank. Bam, I get an email going to Absa Bank for an interview tomorrow, right? Rock up, be punctual. Yeah, be punctual for the mock session as well. Pretty much the same, right? Yeah, no difference. Be thoroughly prepared. Bank, be prepared. You got to know your stuff. IQ bar mock session, well, be prepared. You got to know your stuff, right? Here's where it gets a little bit different, right? If I'm in that bank interview and I whip out my best friend Fred, who happens to be a sock puppet, it'll be the shortest interview of your life. And you probably will get booted out of there, right? However, in a mock session, you whip out your best friend Fred, who happens to be a sock. You'll probably get some hectic brownie points and everything will be a-okay, right? Then another thing, show enthusiasm. If I'm talking to you like this, it really doesn't do much. And it's boring, right? So be enthusiastic. Bank interview, 100%. You've got to be enthusiastic to get the job. Mock session, the same. Again, here's where it gets a little bit tricky, right? If that camera goes on and you're in a sleeping bag explaining to your mock session advisor or interviewer why you're in a sleeping bag and that you're actually trying to be a snake, well, you'll probably get the job immediately, right? If I do that in a bank interview, I'll get booted out and banned from every Absa building and, well, everywhere, right? So there are some similarities, there are some differences, right? The main thing is have fun, be yourself, and then just chill out. So I'm getting kind of tired of standing, so let's go find a seat and we'll go through the rest of the mock session. Cool, so guys, we are sitting down, we're comfortable, A for away, let's get back into that mock session. So the first part that I want to talk about is a clear voice. So when you are talking, when you are teaching, make sure that you use your voice perfectly. Okay, so make sure that you enunciate all your words, use your tone, rise up, drop down, speak in a deep voice. Yeah, that's my deep voice.
Speak in a squeaky voice, because this, guys, is your best tool ever.
So make sure that you learn how to do that and don't feel embarrassed, right? Actually feel embarrassed. The more embarrassed you are, the more fun they're probably going to end up having, right? So just to recap that whole thing, sing, chant, shout, whisper, change your voice as much as possible. Do animal sounds, right? Quack like a chicken. Quack like a duck.
Quack, 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 quack.
Kids love it, or at least in my personal, opinion, they love it, right? The next thing is kind of embarrassing to tell you the truth. The next thing would be your background. Make sure your background is colorful, kid-friendly, and has lots of pictures or something up that will engage them in, right? The more boring your background is, well, the more bored they're probably going to be, right? So just make sure your background is kiddie-friendly. Then the other thing is correcting. Okay. Now there's loads of different styles of correcting. You can correct them as they make the mistake. You can correct them after they've read the sentence, the story, go back, repeat, say the word again. However you want to correct them is up to you, as long as you correct them and they get something right. If they're learning, A for away, you're doing your job. If they're not, well, you got to do something about that. You're a teacher after all. Okay. So actually, with that being said, in the classroom, there are a bunch of tools that you can use. And you can use, well, any of them, some of them, Well, I wouldn't say none of them because then you wouldn't be doing anything. And there's writing tools, there's drawing tools, there's shapes, there's games, there's a timer, there's a little spinner game, which is amazing. I just recently started using it. There's loads of different tools. Familiarize yourself with it and make sure you know how to use each one so you can get the best out of your classes. Okay? Then with that is your creativity. The more creative you are, well, the better the lesson's going to go. So if you kind of, let's use that. So if you kind of teaching kids colors and you teaching the brown, right? Or teaching brown, you're kind of going, well, this is brown. This is brown. This is brown too. I'm not sure what it is, but it's brown. Okay? It gets boring, right? And your brady's not going to enjoy it. So instead of doing it that way, well, be creative and then possibly go, can you find something brown in your room? And then when they bring it, you can go, yeah, well done. That is brown. What is that? It's a brown car, right? Be creative in your learning. And then confidence, right? If you sit in there and you kind of go, well, let's do this today. Again, it's not gonna do much. So be confident in your teaching, and then it'll all be good, right? So just to recap everything there. So your tone of voice, loud, soft, keep changing it. Be creative. Make sure your background isn't like mine. I thought I was forgetting something. Props. So use as many props as you possibly can, right? Teddies, your sock puppet Fred, toys, whatever it is, use as many props as you possibly can. And then use hand signs as well, right? When I started, I had one hand sign, one. And that was, how are you today? What is your name? Did you do your homework? And as I started progressing, well, I got more and more and more and more, and now I've got loads of different hand signs, and it's a lot of fun. The main part or the main reason why I got them is because I started watching other teachers teach. Yeah! And I stole a whole bunch of theirs, and it worked amazingly for me. So, again, tone of voice, creativity, correcting, background, props, and confidence. A for away, right? Nail that, you've got your mock session in a bag. Everything's awesome. So I will catch you on the flip side.